Welcome back, Gators. Welcome to Fall 2020. As now that most of everybody is back on campus, I want to talk about what the next phases are going to be. Most of you are familiar with Screen Test and Protect on the Return to Campus program, but I want to tell you what comes next as the semester starts to unfold. We're unveiling and rolling out our ongoing testing and surveillance program for COVID-19 on campus to keep us as safe as possible in the face of the pandemic. So what is this going to look like? We're going to have a series of different ways in which you can get tested during the course of the semester. That serves several purposes. One, it helps us understand better what's going on campus in terms of COVID-19, how many cases there are, where those cases are occurring, and it helps us identify those cases so that we can isolate them and quarantine them appropriately with our very robust and pretty active contact tracing program. Thanks for helping us make that a success throughout the summer, and we plan to continue to apply that and scale that up during the course of the semester. Also, what's going to happen during that time is that you're going to have more opportunities to get tested. Also, we're going to be doing what's called targeted testing. We're going to focus on those areas on campus where there may be cases of COVID and then have enhanced testing available there. Also, instructions will be forthcoming about how to get that done as well. Then lastly, when we do have cases during the course of the semester, we're going to be doing extended contact tracing related to that, and we're also going to be offering testing in select situations based on the epidemiologic evidence that we've got there. So in other words, we're going to be looking for cases in a lot of different ways. So just remember, there's going to be a lot of different ways to get tested, and that's going to be part of the process. Making sure that you cooperate with contact tracing and the other things that we need to do are really going to help us do our job to do everything we can to make campus as safe as possible during the pandemic. So what can you do to help us out? Well, there's several things that you could do to help have an impact on COVID-19. Again, we don't do this alone, and the way we get through this is by all working together. There are several things that you can do to kind of keep things in mind. So in other words, we're going to talk about the 3 C's very quickly. So remember, when you do get together, there are a lot of things that you can do, but there are things that we want you to remember when you get together to try to be safe. In other words, we want you to try to avoid crowded places, avoid covered spaces, and do everything to avoid close contact as much as possible with people outside of your quarantine group or the people that you normally spend time with. Again, we spend a lot of time telling you what you can't do, but we also want to tell you what you can do. Activities outdoors when you're not congregated, when you can stay more than 6 feet apart, are safe, and we encourage you to do that. We want you to avoid crowded places, but when you can be alone and be out with a hike with someone in your family or your roommates, those are going to be healthy and very good things to do. And any athletic activity outdoors with avoiding crowded spaces is always very encouraged. So again, we've got a lot of things in place to kind of help us get through this semester and to do it as safely as possible. We've got the testing, and you're going to be watching your behaviors and kind of doing everything you can to keep everybody safe, your friends, your family, your professors, your colleagues. But one thing to remember is that we've noticed is that after each holiday weekend in the past, rates of COVID went up. That's not something that's just related to college students, that's all age groups. But just remember, what you do this weekend is going to have impacts not just on you, but on those around you. So do your best to have a great time, follow the advice that we've been giving, and also the guidelines that are there. So enjoy this great weekend. It's going to be great weather, time to be outdoors and have a good time, but just be safe. And remember, what you're doing has impacts on others as well. So just let's all work together to keep UF as safe as possible.